This is
Positively Hygiene
with your host, Amber Lovatos,
Amy Prenti,
and Angela Doe.
Listen on as we dive into the positive of dental hygiene.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I'm so excited. It is my favorite holiday of the year.
Oh, is it really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, because I love food.
Oh.
I love to eat. And growing up, we only ate Mexican food or Latin food. And so Thanksgiving is like the one time a year where you get to try American food. And so I don't know, I just have these good memories of food. And so we obviously are not American, right? So we don't have traditional recipes that we grew up with. So every year my sisters and I try something new because we just haven't found the things yet. So it's fun. I have found a good Brussels sprout recipe, and I do make good deviled eggs.
Oh, I love deviled eggs. Oh, and Brussels sprouts. Oh, I'm so glad you mentioned that because growing up Thanksgiving, because my family's Chinese from Taiwan, and my parents didn't make the traditional Thanksgiving, and I always wanted that, right? Because it was
my in-laws
what
don't.
Friends did in America. So it wasn't until my sisters and I were old enough to cook that we started doing the traditional turkey and everything. And then I brought Thanksgiving to my husband's family because my husband and their family, they would do the same. The grandma would cook steak or duck, just a special dinner. It wasn't until I came along and I visited them around Thanksgiving that I'm y'all want to do turkey? And they're like, okay. And then so ever since I made that first turkey for them, they do a traditional turkey Thanksgiving after that.
Did you have Italian food for Thanksgiving, or did you have traditional Thanksgiving food?
We always have pasta, always. It's usually an appetizer. So I guess, and I guess our desserts were more Italian. But no, we always did traditional. We always had a turkey. My grandma makes the best mashed potatoes, and she...
Okay, can she send me the recipe?
I make the best mashed
potatoes.
potatoes.
Okay, send me recipes, guys.
That is my jam.
Really? Okay, send me the recipe.
Okay, my sister doesn't listen to this, so I'm going to say this. So you do home cooked everything, right? Or
yes.
If you order it, it's home cooked. It's not a microwavable freezer thing, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So me and my sisters, we usually divide out what or who's going to bring what and make what. And typically I make the turkey. This year my husband's going to make the turkey. And so I always choose the mashed potato dish or whatever. And then so one year my sister, and granted, I know she was busy and I think she just had a newborn and everything, but she was okay, I'll be in charge of the mashed potatoes and mac and cheese. And I'm okay, I'll let that go, right? It's fine. I'll find something else to make. And then she ended up bringing something microwavable that she bought from the refrigerator section.
I know.
I would have just made this, and then I mean, I never said anything to her, right? Because I don't know what her situation was then or whatever. But I was oh man, no, this is not what Thanksgiving is about.
Yeah.
And I love mashed potatoes too. I think that's why I just took it a little personally because I would have totally made it, and it's just if I knew you were going to do that, then I would have just made it. But mashed potatoes are my favorite, and pie. I'm not a typical...
Which pie?
Pumpkin.
Same. Do you make it?
No, we always store buy it.
Okay.
My mom loves pecan pie, and she would make it. She would make it every year. And then there's one year at work, because at work for my previous job, we always got a sweet potato pecan pie. So it was both. Yeah, it was from Papacitos or Papados, that chain. Yeah.
Okay.
And then it comes with a bourbon sauce on the side. Really, really good. And it's huge. So they always gifted us that every year. And then, offices would then different things.
Yeah.
And then sometimes we'll get a lot of pies and they're someone just take this home. So I think one year I took home 3 pies.
Oh my gosh.
And we're we don't need this many pies. And I'm well, we don't know what to do with it. But pumpkin is my favorite and I don't do whipped cream, but with pumpkin pie, I have to do it. What about you, Amy? What pie do you
You know what's funny? It's regional. So up in the Northeast, we don't have pecan pie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at you educating us.
No, but it's apple pie is really big up there. I think because there's a lot of orchards.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So it's apple pie is a huge one. My mom always liked blueberry growing up too. So I like blueberry pie. Yeah. It's pretty good. I don't know. I like it. But I didn't have pecan pie until I lived in Texas. And same thing, someone on office brought it in as a thank you for referral.
What'd you think of it?
I don't know. I
too
wasn't.
sweet.
It's sweet.
But no,
It is sweet.
you know what I think when you're used to fruit pies, it's just a different consistency.
Yeah,
So it was
it
like
is
a
different.
different thing. Like to me, like pies are like warm and gooey and like almost juicy, I guess.
Okay.
But a pecan pie is not like that. You know, it's warm and, you know, but it's not, I don't know. So it's different. Like I really like apple pie.
I find apple pie. Well, maybe we just need good orchards.
Orchard.
Okay. We just need, because sometimes when I have it, I feel like they're a little too tart. Too tart for me in the sense of a pie. But I do love the crust of like an apple pie because they have the top thing.
Yeah, I'm not an apple pie fan. Maybe I just haven't had a good one.
Yeah,
yet.
that's what I'm thinking.
I like apple pie with vanilla bean ice cream.
Yes, ice cream and pie. Can't forget
Yes,
that. That's so
yes.
good. Oh my god, this is just making me hungry.
We'll see what happens because I get in from Mexico Wednesday. So I think I'm going to pre-order my groceries to come in on Monday. So this year I am thankful for food delivery services. Anything y'all are thankful for? Dental related,
Dental
non-dental related?
okay.
Either. I'm thankful for my husband. I love my husband. Sometimes too much.
If we're keeping it dental related, I'm very thankful. Well, I'm thankful for two things.
Okay.
I'm thankful to work in two offices where the practice owners are both really, really good, caring people. And then I'm also thankful to work in two places where I've never had drama. Not even dealing with
that's
me,
nice.
just dealing with
Love
anyone on
that.
the staff. There's been no drama on the staff amongst anyone. Like it's really, I don't know. That's like, like the best gift.
It is. It is. I
I don't
mean,
have time for that.
And I'm thankful for like offices that are receptive to any kind of changes or to your ideas or what you bring. Because
Yeah.
like I entered an office and I'm still like less than part-time, but they're very open when I'm like, hey, can we try this out? Or hey, I think we need some new instruments. They're like, yeah, let me know, like, and we'll do that. Just give me the information. Not like, no, you're new. What are you doing?
yeah, for sure.
And thankful to offices that know that we want time off or that allow us the time to be with our families.
Yeah.
Like the day after Thanksgiving
And the Saturday after Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for those.
and the day before. That's what we're off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
My husband gets a half day Wednesday, I think, but then they're off, I think, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, which for me is nice because it's like I get to be home.
So that's how my office typically was before. Work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday half day. I mean, it's a little bit by fault too because I said yes, but I'm working 3 full days
That's
before.
But you'll feel the relief Wednesday night.
Yeah, and I honestly could have said no because I was originally off Wednesday, but they're like, "Hey, can you come in?" And I do have my kids and stuff, but I don't know. It's weird. It's something I'm working on. If I don't have something like concrete on my schedule, then I'm like I'm free, which I'm not though. Because I do
Yeah.
have other stuff like other my outside clinical work
And life.
and being with my
And
kids.
resting.
Yeah.
And
But it was after I agreed to that, my husband's like, "Oh, we get a half day Wednesday." And I was like, "Oh, well, then I could have, spent family time, overall." So, yeah, I mean, it's my fault, but it'll be good. 3 days. And I feel like Wednesday, it might like trickle down towards the end of the day, hopefully, maybe because people will be like prepping or visiting or
Yeah.
something. So we'll see how it goes. But then I have someone I know they're going to come to the office for the first time next week. So I was like, you can come any 3 days. I'll be there, so it'll be nice to see them.
I'm thankful for sterile techs. At the nonprofit that I volunteer at, we have a sterile tech, and she's been out because of like health issues. And so, Miss Julie, we love you. We miss you. And I especially miss her
She's
during
been
this
there
time.
forever.
She has. So, but I'm, especially when you have those team members who are out for a while
feel
or like
it.
something happens, you feel it, and they're a valuable member of the team. And so I appreciate her. I appreciate the auxiliary staffs who like make our jobs work, right, and decrease stressful situations. So I will say for me, in a non-traditional dental sense, I'm appreciative for content creating and the opportunities that it brings me to have a podcast and to be able to talk to all of you. But especially like recently, I did a scholarship for my followers, or they didn't have to be my followers. It was like a non-restrictive scholarship. And the only reason I was able to get that sponsored was because I have followers, because I have something to offer. And like, I want to do more things for my community. And I feel like content creating allows me that opportunity. And then today I'm posting another scholarship. So Questor OB is actually doing a specific scholarship for Hispanic and Latinos, dental and dental hygiene students. And I get to announce it. And I'm so
Nice.
excited. And then at their award ceremony, I will speak at their award ceremony.
Oh, even
Yeah,
better. Oh,
yeah.
that's so cool.
And so like those opportunities make me so happy. If you're a student and you're listening, Hispanic Latino, you should apply. They're doing $5,000 for a dental student, $3,000 for a hygienist. But every person who applies, every single student who applies, will get 1 year for free membership of the Hispanic Student Dental Association.
Nice.
And I will say, when I was a student, I wasn't a member of the HDA because I couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you get the full scholarship or not, you're going to get a free membership to HDA
Yeah.
and those experiences. And I think it's beautiful. So I don't know. I appreciate like these experiences that I get to live and that we get to live through content creating.
Yeah. Like I was thinking back how the beginning of this year is when I quit my full-time clinical job, and my career has just still been so good to me. I haven't been able, like, my husband's like, and me too, I put pressure on myself, like, okay, let's give it a couple months and see where this goes. But it's just been opportunities have come to me, or I've sought out opportunities, and they've just worked in the best moments. And so it's going to be cliche, but I'm thankful for our profession that we can do more beyond clinical, but still have the same positive healthcare impact.
Yeah.
And so really, really happy for that, and being able to do variety of things and still build who I am. So this past Monday, I do monthly meetups for Asian American RD, which is a social media community that I started. And because I quit my job, like I've had more time to focus on it and do these monthly virtual meetups. And I just want to like thank those who come in every month, or not even, just join in any time, who just join in general to be a part of it, because really the community wouldn't exist and be collaborative without each of them. And then we're doing our first holiday exchange. So sorry.
Aw, that's
fun.
cool.
What about you, Amy?
No, I'm thankful for content creating as well. I just think it's so fun to be able to explore a creative outlet for something that you enjoy. And when I get these messages from people that can relate to stuff that I'm putting out, I gotta say it's like a really, really good feeling.
It is.
Yeah.
I've had people who would tell me like Latin students that I inspire them, that I make them proud, and then I'm like, and then I represent them, and they're like, oh my god, y'all gonna like, I like want to cry, because like you don't have like that intent as a creator. I think you go out there to like do a thing, and sometimes it feels like superficial, but we're still in our own ways making impacts. It's beautiful.
I've been volunteering with you more this year, Amber, and so I talk about it. I talk about what I do, and one of Kiko in the Asian American RDH group, she had posted that she was volunteering for an event on the weekend, and that she was inspired by me, by the volunteering I do. And I mentioned to you this not too long ago, but I mean, in turn, it was really you, because you do the volunteer, which that keeps me volunteering. You know how like you do what your friend circle do. I mean, in the best way, like you're like, hey, you want to come with me? Yeah, let's do it together, And so really it's like indirectly you impacting more and more people. You just have this ripple effect that we're just unaware of.
I'm grateful for both of you that we like got together and did this. It's so much work, and y'all do so much of it.
Dude,
so
we're at like well, while we're recording this, oh yeah, this will be our 26th episode, I think. I mean, that's huge.
That's crazy.
Right? Like,
yeah,
that's a lot. I didn't know we talked that much.
I don't know we had that much to say. I knew I talked that much, but
yeah, this is going to be our 26th episode. That's wild.
Appreciative that Angela travels with me to my outreach event, so I'm not lonely.
And you know what? There's that being a friend, but also I enjoy it. It doesn't feel like I'm putting effort in, if that makes sense, you know? And I was talking to another hygienist, and we were just talking about how thankful we are for our careers, and how we enjoy, yes, having a 5 a.m. wake up be hard, going to the airport, absolutely, but overall, like, we have good careers, and it doesn't feel like a job. And she was saying the statistic was that I think it's only 25% of people actually enjoy their job. And I think that's
wow.
See,
and I love my
is.
job. It is so sad. It's so sad. I love that Amy keeps us up to date with the Taylor Swift happenings.
Yes.
Even today with her sweater.
What do you want to know?
You right now with her sweater, I know it's not like Taylor Swift, but it feels very
because it's
football.
red.
It's red. It feels very football
Loving
stripe.
you is red.
Okay, I don't think people that are listeners know, but when Taylor Swift came to Houston for the concert, Amy wanted to get merch and you had to go really early. And then this was like
for you.
maybe only a month after
had
we
just
met or
met,
something.
yeah.
And then I'm like,
Less.
I'll go with you. Like, yeah, let's do this.
I had FOMO.
But I still got I wear my Taylor Swift sweatshirt and I wore it to the optometrist the other day and she's like, I like your sweatshirt. I'm like, thank you. I'm not as big as a Taylor Swift fan as Amy is, but I do appreciate like what she represents and I do listen to her music.
Yeah.
It was wild with Taylor Swift. I don't even know. I wasn't really like this time last year. I wasn't such a huge fan. It was something about her new album when it came out. It really captivated me. And then I think with the launch of her tour, maybe she started to come up on social media more. So like a lot of old interviews started to pop up. And it was just the way she just like stands for what she believes in. And without getting political, there was one, if you Miss Americana on Netflix, she has a documentary. And I think that's where it was when she was talking to her dad and her dad was saying like, you can't do this because you know what the headlines are going to read. And then she was like, I don't care what it reads. Like, this is how I feel. Like, this is what I'm going to do. And then, so I was just like, wow, that's really admirable.
Yeah.
Like I strive to be.
To take stances against things, especially when you're in a spotlight and you have fans and your livelihood depends on it, right? Like it's hard to take those stands sometimes. And no, she's a great artist. I don't know. Life is good, I think. And I agree, like loving your profession. I'm so grateful that I talked to a hygienist last week and she was telling me how much she's struggling with dental hygiene. And part of me was like, I don't even know how to like respond to her because I'm not in that space. Like I love the work I get to do. I hope that I can forever and ever do outreach and public health.
And to let like people know, we've been in that negative place before. It took me months to get out of it.
2021, I mean, I would say like 2020, probably 2021. Both those years were super hard on me. I was a miserable person, an unhappy person because I was miserable at work. I was so miserable. It was so toxic. And I was miserable at home with my parents, with work. I would cry after work.
Yeah.
I would call her and my other friend Shauna every single day. Thursday 2020. Like I was calling them every single day. I was so miserable and taking that plunge. Shout out to Dr. Jessica Emery and Dental Girl Gang. They had a group that was for women, like dental women at that time. And so I joined her group. And now I think it's exclusively for mentoring dentists. But at the time it was just for women in dentistry. And we had these monthly meetings and we were just like women empowering books and books about business and all these things. And then we were like chat about things and what's going on in our life. And they were the ones who gave me the courage to leave my job. Like I feel so grateful for them because they like were listening to me and in a non-pushy way, they helped me the day that I like quit. They knew I was going to quit. And Dr. Jessica Emery was texting me that morning, like I'm here for you.
Aww.
Here if you need to talk. Yeah, I very much appreciate her. And I think about that sometimes, how like if it wasn't for that push, I'd been wanting to quit for so long and that fear like really held me back. Had I not quit, the things that have happened to me since quitting like wouldn't have I don't know, maybe they would have, maybe they wouldn't have.
Yeah.
But I definitely wouldn't have had the flexibility to do the things that I'm doing now, like being in Time Magazine, going to going to Latin events that are not dental related, getting to do all these amazing things that I get to experience. I was able to do that because I got rid of that fear and I took that plunge.
Yeah.
And it was scary. And I had literally 1,000 followers on Instagram at that time. 1,000. I didn't have a content creator space or career, and they helped me take that leap. So I appreciate her.
Yeah, you've achieved a lot this year.
Yeah.
Now that you're like recollecting, I'm like, is that only in this year that's all that happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes we just need that person or a group of friends. For me, it was like a group, right? Or a YP group. And my husband, you thanked your husband earlier, like without the support of them and being like, what are you doing? Like, of course, this is a logical decision to leave. And to me, I had to wait till like I was absolutely burnt out, which I do not recommend. But I did it when it was like really.
And sometimes you need that push. I'm the same way. I needed that push. That final straw for me was, I think I've talked about this before, was when they wrote me up because I needed to take my dad to his cancer appointment. That was like the last straw for me.
Yeah.
And even so, I hadn't given my notice. I'm so grateful for this dental community. I really, really, really am. Grateful for both of you. Grateful for these conversations. And I know we only see each other once a month, but it's always just so nice to see each other. And I never feel like it's enough. Like I could feel like I can always spend more time with y'all. We don't ever have enough time with each other. But I appreciate both of you.
I appreciate both of you too.
Same, yes.
And appreciate Amber editing the reels. If you guys see the reels, she always tries to.
I put a little ding. Oh, actually, my sister texted me this week. She's like, I like your edit this week. She's like, I like the little thing that you did.
It was cute.
I appreciate you trying and let you notice that I tried.
At least she watched it.
Yes, that she watched it. No, I appreciate you all the all that you put on social media and the editing. I hate doing editing. Oh my gosh. Both of it is so much work, and I think we all do the parts that neither of us want to do. I mean, in the good ways, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think Amy's good at editing the episodes and likes doing that, and Angela's good at creating graphics and posting and doing all the organization. I am not good at either of those. I don't like either of those. I'm also not good at reels, but but it's the better thing for me. So no, I think we make a good team, and I think we're appreciative of our listeners.
Yes, 100%. And for you guys to participate. And that was sort of one of the big things we wanted to do when we started this, was to be interactive with our listeners on Instagram. That's why we put so much effort into it, because we want this to be for you. So we want to hear your feedback, want to hear what you want to listen to. And especially moving forward in episodes, we want to cater this to you. And I'm glad that you're here, because without you listening, there would be no purpose in this.
I mean, the fact that it's not even, we still have 2 weeks left of the month, and we already have 1,000 downloads this month.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, 1,000 of people were listening, to our episodes this week. I mean, this month, that's amazing. Considering that we don't do that much promoting of it. It's makes us feel special listening to our rants.
Yes, thank you.
I think my favorite thing that I hear is, I love listening to your podcast. It makes me feel like I'm hanging out with my dental besties. Yeah, I'm always like, that's exactly what we wanted to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're glad you can relate to us, and we understand what you're going through as well. So it's been great. 26 episodes, man. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Well, we hope that you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. We hope that you have some things that you are grateful for, and try to think, even if you don't, even things are stressful right now, try to think about the good things. Do we have food, right? Do we have our health? Concentrate on those things. For me, what's been really hard this year has been my fertility stuff, and the positive I would say is the fact that I have the means to get the care that I need to get. And so even in the negative things, trying to focus on those positive things. I think that would be my advice for people.
And a positive thing is that you have a Christmas bonus coming up next month,
Hopefully.
hopefully. And we have a podcast episode coming out about that as well. So that's something certainly to look out for.
Yeah. Thank y'all.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you for listening to Positively Hygiene.
Join us every Tuesday for a new episode.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram for the opportunity for how you can contribute to our podcast.
And follow and review Positively Hygiene on Apple and Spotify podcast.